What's up, guys? This is The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I'm Chris. We got Ryan from Miami.
Bleep you, Josh. Just bleep you. I hope you're sweating on this 100-degree day and that's sweating.
That's why I went with you first. Producer Josh.
I am a little warm. Yes, that is correct.
It's a little warm. 99 degrees in Nashville today.
Gonna be 101.
And Haley the Bear.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Can I switch seats?
No.
Do I have to sit next to him the whole time?
You have to sit next to that the whole time. And I hope
Where
it's
would
bad
you
karma.
where would you switch?
I can go over there or over there. There's
No,
the one right in front of us.
I think you need to stay right where you are, Ryan.
This is
By the way, Josh, can I get a little more in my headphones?
Sure.
this is
I feel like that got turned down somehow. There it is.
It's a rude form of torture.
He's just guessing. It's like,
It's like you're in.
I don't know
That
which
one.
one you're in.
I think
Like-
is that me? Yeah,
I
that's
like
me.
how you put the cap back on the
Yeah.
water bottle. I was really worried about the spillage.
I wouldn't
Over
spill it, but it's a little wobbly on the table.
here. Nice. Hey, by the way, Core Water, we do love you. So if you'd like to sponsor the
Still
show.
waiting for Corey.
I buy 2 cases
You know
a
what?
month.
I would drink core water all the time. It's really good.
It is so good.
I've already dedicated myself to you guys, so just return
I think
the
it was
favor.
like 4 years ago. I would do stuff with my friend Maddie, and I'd always tag Core, like, Core, send me Core Water. Send me
Please
Core Water.
send me water.
We're going to cut this clip and send it to these fine folks over at Core Corporate. So if you guys would like to send us a check, you are more than welcome to.
I love that he went straight to a check.
Yes.
Like, don't even just.
and water. Which
Yeah,
is
I was
Yeah,
gonna
water.
say,
Water would be
man.
nice too. Yeah.
So who won the poll?
It was closer than I thought it was going to be, but mashed potatoes did reign supreme
Can we
this week.
stop letting Ryan win? At this point, I think you're all in cahoots.
I mean, look, I kind of went not the norm.
Well,
on the
neither did
pick.
I.
In fairness, none of us picked French fries, which would have won.
Also, yeah.
So
By the way,
Anyway.
since we're on the audio medium, I forgot to mention Josh is wearing a Colorado Avalanche jersey today.
Yes.
That is why I wanted to move seats earlier.
Now, Ryan, good question. If they wanted to see the video for this, where would they go?
Well, that's a great question, Chris. Happy belated birthday to you as well. You could go to youtube.com/C/The Quad with Chris Young. All of our latest editions and episodes are up there right now. Go comment, go rate, go review, go subscribe, press the thumbs up button, and make sure that you tell your friends to subscribe as well. That's youtube.com/C/The Quad with Chris Young.
Okay, so there's also an algorithmical thing that you never mention. Hit the notification bell when you subscribe
That's a good one, too.
because it will update you whenever it posts.
Good
Yes.
call. And you're a YouTube aficionado over there.
See?
we're getting the hang of this media thing.
Yes, we are.
And don't fall for that other Quad account.
First of all, don't fall for any other account. None of
None of them.
none of any of the ones of the other ones that pretend to be any of the four of us, please.
Yeah, please don't.
Dear God. None of us are gonna need to pick up something that management can't know about, and we need your help. We do not need iTunes gift cards. Please, God.
I'm also not reaching out to you to say, hey,
I-
thanks for being a fan.
Yeah. But we also don't misspell. Well, Haley probably misspells some stuff.
Let's pump the brakes there.
I got fat fingers when I type, okay?
We have correct grammar, guys. Come on.
By the way, on that subject of spelling, we're going to have the
We are.
Spelling Cup final today for one Haley. She will be trying to pronounce the names of hockey players that are remaining in the Stanley Cup final. Don't want to miss it. It's coming up soon.
It's going to be good. I do think we should go music first, though.
Music.
Happy to.
Okay. I just have to ask. Have levels somehow changed?
I don't think so.
Like, even that didn't sound as loud as it normally does.
I think everything's the same.
Okay.
Like Avicii levels?
Yeah. No, in the headphones.
Maybe your allergies are just getting to you.
I don't think it's that. One, it is now my allergies. Two, it is not the heat. If you notice that my voice is crispy, it is because it was completely gone last week during CMA Fest.
They do say, Chris, that as you get older, your hearing starts to go. So you'd never know if...
Wow.
Hey, Ryan, you don't want to go there, bro.
Nope. Sure don't.
In fact, I have a hearing test on a regular basis because of what I do for a living.
So,
Ryan, where's 2K on an EQ scale?
2K?
Yeah, see you later.
Madden 2K.
Like football.
NBA 2K.
All right, no, this makes me all the happier that he's wearing an Avalanche jersey next to you now.
Absolutely. I would like to congratulate you, my good sir. A gold record.
5
Gold
billion
record.
streams.
Hey, I would like to congratulate you, sir. A gold record.
Hey, thank you.
Hey.
So there's actually 2 because Losing Sleep was not gold, or at least not announced. So, yeah, absolutely insane. 2 gold records. Thank you guys so very much. 5 billion streams is just ridiculous. And got to have my label and my publisher and everybody else walk out at the fan club party with the largest plaque that I've ever got in my life. I have no idea where I'm going to hang it.
Right there on that wall.
Yeah, maybe.
Takes up like a whole door.
It is a door. We can make a door out of it. It's wild. And I'm just, I say it all the time, but so incredibly lucky and blessed. Thank you guys. Anyone listening to this that has ever not turned one of my songs off?
Who's heard you and gone, yeah, I'll let it go.
I'm let it play. Thank you. Thank you.
well
It's
done.
very cool.
I may be
appreciate it.
guilty of some of those streams.
I think everybody here is. I'm talking to everybody.
Congratulations to you both on a gold record. I do want to ask you, though, Josh, because this is your first gold record. I know you were emotional about it. When you got the news, when you got word that it was, what was going through your mind, buddy?
It still feels pretty surreal, to be honest. You're years into this career, so like the accolades never probably feel any less
They do not.
by any stretch. But I was a kid looking at gold records and like going, man, it'd be really cool to like get one of those one day. And now that day is here. So it's just, it's like,
Now you get to do the Blue Oyster Cult quote and be like, I put my pants on one leg at a time, and then I make gold records.
exactly. Yeah. 12-year-old me that picked up guitar is just like, what? This really happened? So
Well, it will be here soon, sir.
And I know, Chris, you told the story of when you were walking through the halls of Sony, that you saw the gold records on the walls, and you were like, I
So
want to get there one day.
I've said this on stage a lot too, and I think people think I'm making it up to like stall for time before songs while we're doing guitar changes. Like any of these records that you see, they had them and they had made all of them the same size. So they remade a record for like every gold or platinum album that they had. And they ran down like this one long hallway that led to where the meeting room was. And it was kind of their meeting / boardroom. And so if you're a new artist, you came in, and this is the thing that actually doesn't exist anymore. But at the old Sony building, when you'd walk in, there were 4 imprints at the time that I got signed. There was RCA, B&A, Columbia, and oh, good Lord. Arista, sorry.
there it is.
I was like, oh no, don't do that. So they had them, and then they had the names listed. So when you got off the elevator to go to reception, basically it was 2 elevators. You'd go up. If you look to the left, you would see the names slotted in, and it was like the front of an office building. So if they signed somebody or somebody got dropped, they would either put a new name in or pull one out.
Ah, okay.
So you were always sitting there going, I hope my name's still on the wall.
Yeah.
And
Be a way weirder meeting if you walked in.
And so then you would turn right, and there was a reception desk. You would turn right again. You'd go down a long hallway, and it's like Keith Whitley, the Judds, Alabama, Brad Paisley, Kenny Chesney. And you get to the end of the hallway, and then you would wait, and then they would let you into the meeting at like a big board table, right? So I was like, just give me one. I just want one. I just want one of those to go on my wall at some point. So I totally get it, dude. And congratulations. Very well deserved.
Love you.
I do have a question. What is the difference? Because so you can't really see the walls, but we have.
You can see a lot of them.
Regardless. So that's a big sign that says certified platinum for famous friends.
Yes.
And that's a small one that says certain. Did you just get 2?
Oh, I see what you're asking. So here's the thing.
That's Billboard. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a Billboard
Recording
Top
industry.
Country Airplay Songs of 2021, which is a separate plaque. So it had already been platinum at the time.
Okay.
So they didn't make the plaque quite as big. Also, if you notice,
There's a gold
the
one.
same size plaque as the platinum single plaque is gold, and it's over there. So
Hey.
the reason that one's smaller is just because it was specific to
Billboard.
the Billboard announcement.
Okay.
Yeah. And those other 2 things had already been announced. Same thing as, like, that's not that big a plaque, but that's triple platinum.
Hey.
So it just
Size
depends
doesn't always
on-
matter, you know?
It just depends on what they're trying to celebrate. But yeah, just really awesome. Had a couple of amazing shows. Actually got to play a show on my birthday, which was incredible. Shout out to everybody who was out there this weekend. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I was just, soaking it in. I made the joke of I just turned 37 and it took 37 weeks for my first number 1 to get to number 1.
So it's your second golden birthday.
Sure. We're going to go with that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Why didn't you tell me that before I went? I would have used that the whole weekend.
Would have been good.
Yeah.
Been real good.
I'm a dude. We don't celebrate like birthday week.
No.
We don't get, yeah.
Month. No?
Nah.
By the way, like the scale of 1 to really terrible. How bad is my voice right now?
Crispy.
It's sore.
It's tired.
Yeah.
I literally,
I mean, you played last night, so you
yeah.
were done singing like not
Yeah.
12 hours ago.
Well, and it was one of those things where I don't ever really lose my voice. I might get tired, but I had to get the steroid shot
In the booty.
after the fan club party because I
Thank
was
you
like,
thank you for the visual there.
yeah.
Brett.
Well,
Appreciate it.
in case you've never had a like actual steroid shot before, that's where it goes.
I wonder
It's
what,
technically
who, I
like
wonder
your
who
lower
decided
hip.
That. What doctor
It's not
goes?
really your. You've had one before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like sciatic, like in the
Yeah,
back in the
it's like right here. But anyway, awesome weekend. At the end of a bar, up to number 12 on the chart.
Let's go top 10.
The deluxe edition of the album had us jump back up into the top 15 on album streams and sales and everything else. So shout out to anybody that checked that out. If you haven't yet, make sure you go give it a listen. I noticed you have your phone plugged in.
I do.
What's going on there?
It's for something for later.
It's for later?
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, is that a tease?
Well,
Do we get
it
one of
just-
the Falcon Fury songs?
Falcon Force, first off. Second, no.
Okay, that's not what that does.
That's not
All
what
right.
it's for.
Okay.
Dang it. All right. That's why I asked, since we're in the music section.
Nope.
Okay, I'll trust you.
I don't trust him whatsoever.
Yikes.
I'm scared.
Is it just because
Well-
of the jersey?
Yes.
I mean, don't be scared, right?
I'm a little scared.
Don't be scared.
I'm a little scared.
It's fine. All right. What are you listening to? Bear, you want to get started?
Sure.
I know you got one.
Always ready with the song. I don't know if I have brought this up because it's been around since the podcast, but I think it was around before the podcast, so I may not have. But it's another like random song that someone may not know. But it's called "Hot Mess" by Alex Kinsey, and it's supposed to be kind of like a sexy song, but you're a hot mess at the same time. So just roll with it. I like it. It's a good song.
Resonates, huh?
Yeah. It does.
All right. I'm going to go with friend of the pod. If you guys have not been following that long, we've had him on before. Tyler Hubbard, 5'9".
Yeah.
It's his new single, and it's doing really, really well. So go check that out. I think it's hilarious because have we talked about this?
His wife isn't 5'9".
She's
Have
5'10",
we
isn't she?
already put this on the playlist?
No,
no,
because I've never heard this or heard you talk about
All
it.
right. So she's 5'10". So he wrote
story's
this song.
great.
He wrote this song about his wife. Right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's how this
yeah,
happened.
no,
So he
yeah.
wrote the
Yeah.
song about his wife being 5'9".
And then
He
he asked
comes
her
home and he
afterwards.
asked her, and she was like, "Well, I'm like technically 5'10".
Give her like 10 more years. She'll shrink.
It's like, well,
Oops.
you're going to really love the song, I promise.
You're gonna love it, I promise.
As
It's
they
for
all
you.
say, it's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
He probably should have thought of that though.
Yes. I have a little throwback. Sam Hunt, Hard to Forget.
Ooh, I love that
I
song.
Good
like
one.
it.
It's a good one.
When I was working on all those songs, it burrows into my brain sometimes. And I was working on some more Sam Hunt stuff, and it was just stuck in my head.
Just right there.
It's okay. Sam Hunt can be stuck in my head.
Okay. Mine
I
is a little tribute to Toby Keith, who announced over the weekend that he's been battling throat cancer or stomach cancer,
Stomach
I should
cancer.
say. And so we are wishing him
dude,
luck.
wait, really?
Yeah,
You didn't know
he
that?
announced he's been
No,
battling
I didn't know
stomach
anything
cancer.
about this.
Yeah, he's been going through chemo for like the last 6 months.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
said-
God.
He said he's taking a little time off just to recover and feel better. He's doing well though. The chemo's he's been responding really well to it. But with the stomach cancer, he just said I'm gonna take a little bit of time off just to make sure that I'm ready to go and get back on the stage. So he's on all of our thoughts, obviously, in terms of that. But I just wanted to throw it back to one of my favorite songs of his, "Whiskey Girl" by Toby Keith. I love that song. And so, Toby, get well soon. We're all thinking of you and "Whiskey Girl."
Yeah, man,
I
for
like
sure.
that song.
I had no idea.
I only saw it yesterday.
Yeah, it just popped out yesterday.
Man.
He had a
Well,
really
that,
heartfelt
that makes
announcement
sense.
on social media and everything. So
That makes sense because I was like, I slept most of the day yesterday just trying to make sure I could get through the show and my voice wasn't going to go out. It was probably the most boring birthday for what most people would expect. They probably were like, "Oh, I bet he was raging." I'm like, no,
no,
that was just like slamming water and sleeping on the bus all day. It's fine.
slamming shots of water.
And well, then we had a really good show though, and it was it. So I was unaware of that. So definitely gonna keep Toby in my thoughts. My stepbrother actually worked for his lighting company for a while. So one of the times I got to open for Toby, like my stepbrother just walked out on stage in the morning. We like dapped up and hugged each other. It was really, really cool. And I'm a huge Toby Keith fan. Obviously worked with James Stroud, who produced most all of that. Well, not all of it. I can't say that, but a lot of the Toby Keith records that you would think of and you would remember. So really sending great thoughts his way. I hope he gets well soon. I did not know about that.
Great.
All right. Let's just go to sports.
Sports. Sorry.
Avs versus Bolts.
Let's go, baby.
Avalanche is going to destroy the Bolts.
Two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning back yet again in the Stanley Cup final. This has been 4 consecutive years, by the way. They've had an incredible run. They did get bounced in the first round the year they won the President's Trophy to Columbus.
Wait,
but
stop it.
Hold on,
Stop
hold
it.
on.
They set
Stop
a
it.
record.
Stop
4
it.
years.
Stop it.
Hold on.
They
Stop
set
it.
a
Stop
record
it.
for
Stop
points.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. That is not an incredible run. when
Incredible.
you-
Dynasty
no,
started that.
No, it did not. That the start of a dynasty is not getting bounced in the first round.
Michael
Swept, technically.
Jordan's dynasty didn't start with him losing in the playoffs for all
But
of those years.
it took him losing in the playoffs
Oh my
to
gosh.
understand.
I would like
the
to
grit
give
and grind.
I
that
would like
comes
to
with
give
winning.
Tampa Bay credit because they were down 2-0.
and down 2-0 in Game 3.
Yes.
and came back, won it overtime.
So
and
I
then won
want
the
I
next
want to I know
All right.
I know we've talked a lot of crap and I've tried to bury you in the group chat a couple times.
all of you
couple.
have.
A couple times.
Couple times.
By the way, before we get too far away from that, it's down 0-2, not 2-0.
Yeah, down 0-2.
Yeah.
Depends on the team you're rooting.
No, it doesn't.
No, that is the correct
That
way
is
to
the
say
correct
that.
way to say
Yes,
that.
you are correct. So I would like to give them credit because that is super, super gutsy, and that's really strong championship level play that will not work against the Colorado Avalanche, who are going to wipe
The Avalanche
floor.
have lost one game all playoffs long. Okay, they have lost one game in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
That's
they
good,
look
isn't it?
like that's very good. They look
Okay.
like the most dominant team in all of hockey.
That's good,
But in
isn't
order
it?
to be the champs, you've got to take down the champs. And keep in mind, the Tampa Bay Lightning have been without Braden Point, who has more goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs over the last 3 years than any other player in the league. Braden Point has not played in the last 2 series. He is arguably their MVP. They're going to get him back in this series.
How would he be their MVP if he's not playing?
No, he's not.
He is arguably their MVP. The last 3 years, Braden Point has been an incredible playoff performer.
I could arguably be the MVP for them too, if I just wanted to argue with you, but he's not.
He is, as is Steven Stamkos, who has 9 goals in these playoffs.
So it's
as
Steven
is Nikita
Stamkos.
Kucherov, Andre Palat, and Andre Vasilevsky. Listen.
Oh
Jordan,
my
I gotta
God,
stop
you're
saying
a
names.
homer.
I got to stop saying names.
Oh
'cause
my
Bears
God,
pronounce it.
Ryan.
All right. With that being said, 3-peats are extremely rare, by the way. It hasn't happened since Ronald Reagan was in the White House. Only 8 franchises have gone back to back to back in the history of the 4 major North American sports.
The way that you said
The
that made
Lightning-
it sound like Ronald Reagan ran 3 times.
He did not. He did not.
Back to back to back.
It has not happened
Reaganomics for 12 years.
in
Let's
20
go.
years. Tampa Bay Lightning back in it yet again. It's going to be a good series. You guys think it might be a cakewalk for the Avs? I think this thing's going 7.
First of all, nothing's going to be a cakewalk. No one said that. However, arguably
Comma.
the best team in the NHL this year has been the Avalanche.
And the best team in the NHL over the last 3 years, 4 technically, has been the Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's not 4 technically, dude. They got bounced in the first round.
And it's
Stop
not
it.
and it's not 3 because we
You
don't know
haven't
if they've
won
won
yet.
yet. You haven't won yet. So just
So
pump
2.
the
Yeah.
brakes.
2 years.
Breaks, man. A little less gas.
Diminishing dynasties over here. Look, guys, back the hell off. Okay, the Tampa Bay Lightning, yet again, back in the Stanley Cup final. Good luck to the Avs. Lightning win in 6.
6.
Oh, gosh.
See, again, did you notice he just starts chopping games off?
Yeah, it was
He's like,
7
It
a
was
little
7.
like
it was
not
going
30
7,
seconds ago.
And then
Lightning
now
at
it's
5.
6. There it is.
Lightning in 3. Why not just start there?
Nah, sweet.
All right, let's talk about something that's still undecided in one of these leagues, the NBA. Celtics Warriors tonight. Who you got?
Warriors.
We are obviously recording this podcast on Monday.
Yes.
It
so
took
if you watch this later, if it's
You'll
after
know.
the game,
Cold.
Oh
cold.
God,
Whoa! After puberty.
dude! I told you, it is what
okay.
it is.
It's okay.
That's all I got. I'm
I-
giving you what I got.
I want to ask our basketball aficionado over here because this finals should technically be 3-1. It seems like Boston has really controlled these finals. Draymond Green is MIA, though. 18 personal fouls, 17 points in this series. What's going on with Draymond?
May I?
Sure.
But before you talk about what's going on with Draymond,
Please.
it should be 3-1 because Boston's controlled the finals.
Boston,
Did you
by the
see
way,
that?
had a historically bad shooting performance in Game 4.
Hey,
They
it's
should
my
be up
turn.
3-1.
It's my turn. Okay.
It's your podcast, technically.
Yeah, no, it's all of our podcasts.
our podcast.
Yeah. Dude, Steph Curry torched the Celtics
As he should, because the Celtics are literally letting Curry do whatever
to
he
make
wants to
it
do.
2-2.
Literally letting Curry run free. Bold
He
strategy.
Ryan, they obviously have not dominated the series because one of the games they lost very badly. One of them was close, but the reason that the Warriors won is because their star showed up and looked like a superstar. And that word does not get used anywhere near the correct amount. People call everyone like in the music industry, they're like, so-and-so's a superstar. And I'm like, there's like 4 of those at any given point in time in any league, in any genre of music. There's not 20 superstars.
Then they wouldn't be super.
Jason Tatum is not a superstar.
Correct. It's when people are like, oh man, that's a top 10 player. It's like 40 people are top 10 players.
Yeah. So it's 2-2, and what keeps happening is Jason Tatum has been fading in the second half.
Disappearing, for sure.
Not disappearing, but fading. Draymond Green has disappeared. And that I do want his opinion on because I'm trying to figure
And
it
he
out.
got benched by Steve Kerr.
He did get benched by Steve Kerr. So Draymond, if we rewind to 2016, 2017 era, this is a guy that averages 14 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists in a game. And now it's like 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. So there's a big drop off. He also can't shoot. This is a problem. This is a problem for spacing. This is a problem for everything. When Draymond's on the floor, no one guards him. Which means
and when he's on the floor, the Warriors are considerably worse, especially in this series.
Just in this matchup alone, you are now playing 4-on-5.
Defensively?
Defensively.
Yeah.
He's worse?
Defensively, he's worse. He's still smart. He can still get to spots and have really great help defense.
Right.
But they did the right thing by benching him. Kevon Looney was the better call for that 3 or 4 minute stretch. And then they brought him back in and he had 3 plays that were incredible. Like he needed that rest and he needed to come in and just kind of screw stuff up for everyone for a little bit. And I think that's the correct way to play it. It's a back and forth series. I think the Celtics are going to win tonight. The Celtics 8-0 after a loss in these playoffs. Road, home, doesn't really matter to them. They're actually better on the road than they are at home. I think then Golden State's going to win Game 6 and we're going to have a winner take all Game 7. That's how I see this playing out.
So you think it goes 7?
I think it goes 7.
I think the C's win in 7.
I think Celtics win in 7 in Golden State.
I'm still going to go with the Warriors.
I know I called Celtics early on.
No, you called the Warriors.
No. I think on the podcast I called Celtics.
You did. You flipping?
I'm flipping.
Oh. All right, Stephen A.
All right, so here's the case for the Celtics.
I know.
Here's the case for the Celtics.
I'm flipping.
Steph Curry had the best game of the finals he's ever had.
Ever in his career.
Fair.
Andrew Wiggins had the most rebounds he's ever had in a game in his career that game. There's a couple outliers that would suggest that game should have been a lot closer and even would favor the Celtics, despite them shooting horribly. And I can't stress to you enough in the last 6 minutes of the game.
And even Ime Udoka, who's the head coach of the Boston Celtics, goes, we should be up 3-1 in this series. And their entire defensive game plan has been shut everyone else except Steph down. Let Steph go off and we'll shut everybody else down. It didn't work in Game 3, but we'll see, or Game 4, but we'll see if it works for the rest of the series.
And historically, Steph, after a big performance, does not usually follow that up with a big performance. He'll still have 26, 28, 30 points, which would be, don't get me wrong, that's a lot. That's a lot of points. But we're not, if they had to win, he had to,
it's not 40.
He had to score 40 points on 26 shots. You know what I mean?
43 and he shot 50% from 3.
He did. He was outstanding. And he was
insane.
And he was getting called for some stuff that was pretty questionable as well. So he had an incredible game, but that is an outlier, not the norm. And Andrew Wiggins was actually the difference with a lot of those offensive rebounds, which is an outlier, not the norm. So I suspect the Celtics will adjust. I mean, this is the nerdy basketball guy in me. So the original thing was the Celtics were switching everything on ball. So you come up to a screen, they just switch it. They have the length to do it. Now, to counter that, the Warriors are doing off-ball screens. So they're getting the switches they want earlier before they get to the ball. This is a smart thing, and now we're going to see what the Celtics do to combat that. It's a chess game. You do something, okay, we're going to start doing this. Now, when they do that, what are you going to do? But I think Celtics win it tonight.
All right.
Let's remember, these Golden State Warriors also got blown out by 50 points against the Memphis Grizzlies in this playoffs.
Yeah, but
it's the same team. But it's the same team. I'm just saying it's not impossible for them to lay an egg.
I agree, but when you're 3 away.
Oh yeah, it's different.
And you're Steph Curry,
and you're exhausted.
Specifically,
and both teams are exhausted. And
right. So, but let's say this: you're Steph Curry. Your team technically has more rest than the other team. Both of you are exhausted. It's the end of the season, and now people keep gassing him up by bringing up the fact that he had Durant for all the. It's so weird how that narrative has shifted entirely.
Yep.
Back to. Well, can he do it when Clay's not super dominant and he doesn't have another guy? And I'm like, what? So we'll see.
But in fairness, playing basketball, the longer the series goes, the more tired your legs are, and therefore jump shooting becomes harder.
Yes.
It's the people that can get to the rim that then start to have a lot more luck later on in the series, which would favor the Celtics.
Unless they keep the shift that you were talking about and let Looney in all the time instead of Draymond Green.
And that would be really smart of them to do it.
Yep. All right.
It's cool. It's a great playoffs. It's nerdy, but it's cool.
Let's give a quick shout out, baseball wise. Have you guys seen what the New York Yankees are doing right now?
Oh my God, the Cubs.
The Cubs got
What are you doing? Did you see what happened?
Yeah, Yankees won 18-4.
Before that. The
No,
game before that.
I might have missed it. What
Oh,
happened?
buddy, you're going to eat this up. I'm so sorry, Bear. Did you see this? Do you know what I'm getting ready to say?
I told you I gave up on the Cubs this year.
So
I think
the game before that. Go ahead.
No, I just think Papa Ross is going to get fired by the end of this year.
I hate that we
he's
call him that.
I think before then.
Maybe before the end of the year. Yep. So in game, the Cubs Twitter account,
Oh boy.
after two, like, not even to the wall outs, the fans are cheering for them to be a home run, made the comment, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, the Yankees fans think everything's a home run. Then they proceed to end the game prior to beating them. What was it?
18-4.
18-4.
Yeah.
The game. This is the game before that. They proceed to hit 6 solo home runs off the Cubs.
Oh.
And before the game is over, the Yankees Twitter account posted,
owned him.
probably because a lot of them are.
Got him.
I mean, just scorched them on
Got
social
'em.
media.
Yankees, by the way, 44-16. That's 119 win pace over 162 games, which would shatter the record, by the way.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But the Yankees have won at least 105 games 5 times in franchise history. All 5 of those teams have gone on to win the World Series. Right now, they look like a legitimate World Series contender, given they have 3 top-tier guys at the top of their rotation. That offense is incredible. And Aaron Judge, by the way, let's just give some love to Aaron Judge for a second. He has 20 home runs now. 24 home runs.
Jesus.
That trails only Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle for the most in Yankees history through 60 games. That's some elite company right there.
That's impressive. I will also say
About to
that
get paid.
whole section of the MLB is really good. Like, the Mets are good.
The Mets are good.
What's happening?
they all had some rest, you know.
They had some years off.
Josh, are we going with a juiced ball theory here? What are we doing?
All I'm saying is the
Stop.
Major League Baseball put out a memo at the beginning of the season that said they're no longer testing for steroids. That's all I'm saying.
Also, not only testing for weed either. So
That's all I'm saying.
They're high and happy.
All right.
I'm here for it. Let's go. Has baseball been more exciting? I don't think. Well, I mean, not since the late 90s.
It's pretty awesome.
that's pretty good. Braves, by the way, have won 11 in a row, the defending champions. So that's your baseball recap. Before we get into the Spelling Cup final.
I thought I was pronouncing
have-
and not spelling.
It is.
No, it's pronunciation.
Yeah. It sounded better.
So
as
are
a
you going to
Spelling Cup
text
final.
it to me? Is
I
that-
am. I'm going to
okay.
text it to the group.
Okay.
Are we ready for this?
Are we doing it?
Are we going to do a PGA LIV thing?
Yeah, should
Just
we?
Short.
Yeah, we should. LIV, PGA.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, obviously there is a massive split in golf right now where a bunch of players have not abandoned the PGA, but they pretty
the
much
PGA
chose,
abandoned them.
Yeah. Well, but they pretty much chose
Violence.
knowing yes,
Violence. It shows violence.
knowing that it was going to become an issue if they join this other league, which is are all of their tournaments 54 holes?
Yes.
Okay.
In the LIV league you're talking
Yes.
about? Yes.
Did I get that number right? It's 54,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's 3-day tournaments, and basically they just threw money at them.
Yeah.
And
Hundreds of millions.
Not just
Yeah.
through money, like more money than some of these players have ever earned in their career. They're getting like
To
the loser
sign.
of these tournaments get 120 grand. The loser, last place, gets 120,000.
Can we try out?
I mean,
Is there an open for the LIV? Because
I'm awful, but
I'll go make
play.
120 grand to be terrible.
I will say this: they're gunning for the PGA right now.
They are.
because the PGA Tour is long, and golf is one of those sports that plays into the pageantry and the history and the nostalgia, quite like baseball does. The LIV, though, I'm trying to figure out what their end game is because right now they don't have any TV contracts. You can't watch these guys on the tour
Well,
right now.
and
So is the end game just to
you
take out the PGA?
You can watch them.
on a YouTube stream.
Right, it's streaming.
They just don't have like a TV deal. So
but
Yet.
the biggest issue that the elephant in the room, right, is that it's
Saudi backed.
Saudi backed for the LIV, and the PGA are taking a hardline stance against anyone that's gone over to do this and say, hey, you're out of PGA tournaments if you work with them.
Suspended all the players that left the PGA.
I mean, they left.
Correct.
It's like
I didn't break up.
That's kind of like me being like,
I broke up with you, not the other way around.
I'm not coming to work tomorrow, and you're like, well, you're fired, and I'm like, all right,
I already quit. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because Phil Mickelson and Dustin Johnson, those are the two biggest names right now affiliated with LIV. Apparently, they offered Tiger Woods. Did you see the figure?
Was it 900?
$1 billion.
Oh my God.
They offered Tiger Woods to join this league, and he turned it down.
Well, he's more old school.
And does that have something to do?
Think about that, Josh. Think about that.
Wait. Does that have something to do with Nike?
I'm sure it does.
He has a lifetime contract with Nike, I'm sure.
$1 billion.
But $1 billion.
So much money.
Tiger just became the third athlete to be a billionaire, according to Forbes, joining MJ and LeBron. $1 billion. By, again, blood money, sports washing, blood money. But,
Let's sidestep that for a second.
Just saying.
I mean, we'll see how this plays itself out. If they get enough stars and the ratings dip for the PGA, we're going to have an interesting conundrum. All it would take is Amazon going, great. We'll let you stream on.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I mean, it doesn't preclude them from playing most of the Masters tournaments.
It does not. Masters, the Opens, they still could participate. Those are open invitations.
I said Masters, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Most of the majors is what you're talking about.
The majors, yeah.
It doesn't.
So Rory took a little shot. Did you see what Rory said after winning a tournament this weekend, Rory McIlroy?
Yeah.
Took a little shot at the LIV.
I didn't see this.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Basically was like, he was asked by a reporter, how sweet this win is. He's like, every win's sweet. He said, you look at it, at what's going on out there today. I mean, it's certainly the best atmosphere of any golf tournament going on this week. So kind of taking like a little shot at the LIV and the guys that had left to join.
I also felt he was just in like a weird headspace because he also took a shot at Greg Norman.
He did.
Why?
Well, Greg Norman is the one who basically spearheaded the LIV. Greg Norman and Phil Mickelson. Those are the two guys that spearheaded it.
Okay,
that's
that
why.
makes more
that's
sense.
why he took a shot at Greg Norman. Yeah,
gotcha.
To me, this feels a lot like, and this is about to sound real nerdy, but if you remember the Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF, now WWE, it feels sort of like that.
That's a good analogy.
Where there is some top tier talent on both sides that are competing against each other. Now, if we remember, the WWE just ended up buying them.
Of course.
That was all it took. Now, I don't know which way that's going to go. I don't know who has more money.
I don't think PGA is going to buy out the Saudis.
Yeah, I don't know that that's how that works. But
probably not.
This isn't unprecedented. It's just we haven't seen it in golf. There was a lot of NBA versus ABA way back in the day, and they merged back together, but they merged together.
I know we're going way over, but I have a question for you specifically. Do we think part of the issue is that the PGA is underpaying their players? Because I know that the LIV is overpaying on purpose. But would the discrepancy be that great if maybe it was skewed a little differently?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much the PGA is making in their television rights. So, like, this could be solved by a collective bargaining agreement. If there was a players union for the PGA, then they could say, hey, we want more profit sharing. We want purses to go up. We want the ability to earn more.
It's going to force them to do that. This is going to force them to do that.
I imagine so. But also, who's watching PGA, and is there really that much money in those live rights?
And I think one of the conversations that got brought up this week is, PGA events are starting to introduce you to golf names that then become stars in these majors. The LIV tournament is already attracting stars. And by the way, this is a big money grab for guys because Dustin Johnson in his career on the PGA has made $75 million in career earnings.
Oh my God.
He got offered $125 million to join the LIV. $125 million to join.
And look, we're also talking about figures that are so astronomically high.
It's
The
insane.
fact that he's already earned $75 million to begin with, like, he's a fantastic player, and he is. I am by no means getting into the conversation of I can't believe they'd pay so and so this much to do blank, because you got to be really good at it.
Yeah.
To be getting paid like that.
a lot of money.
But man, the fact that they're already offering him a flat contract fee that's higher than his career earnings is insane.
I mean, Mickelson's career earnings were $95 million. They offered him $200 million. Like it's play money. It's fun money at this
Sure,
point.
but let's put this into focus. Like Russell Westbrook opting into his contract, he's going to make $48 million
100%,
just next season.
100%. And that's the analogy, right?
And so I think that's
golf is archaic. I feel like in their payouts.
they're looking at these contracts that some of the Major League Baseball guys are getting, NBA players are getting, where hey, it's a 5-year, $240 million extension for an NBA player, and you're going, oh, well, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money too.
Ooh.
So I think it seems to be, and it's all established players that are going, look, I'm just going to go get the money right now because
Yeah.
That's just for me to show up. I don't even have to win. I just have to come over there.
All right. We've gone way over. We got to move forward, but I just wanted to address that. Do you want to send her a couple names?
Oh, it is time. It is time for everyone's favorite game, the Spelling Cup Final, which isn't spelling at all.
The
It's actually
pronunciation.
pronunciations, but it just sounds good given Stanley Cup Final and spelling work well together with alliteration.
Just give me the words.
Okay.
You know what I thought to bring back though?
What'd you think?
That's what it is. Nice.
There it is. All right.
All right, Rye.
This is your Spelling Cup Final, brought to you by nobody, but if you'd like to sponsor it, you are more than welcome to here on the Quad with Chris Young. First one for you, Bear. It is a player from the Colorado Avalanche. I'm texting it to the group, so you will get the
I got
names.
it.
But to spell it out, it is Mikko. Last name Rantanen.
Are we gonna make Monsell put the words on the screen for the
Sure.
video? I'm going. Oh, Mikko Rantanen.
That is incorrect. You got the first name right. It is Mikko. Rantan is not the last name.
I said Rantatan.
It is not Rantatan either, or Ratatatouille, or whatever you're going to go with here. It is Rantanen. Mikko
I wasn't that far off.
Rantanen.
She was actually pretty close.
Rantatantan was not the right way to pronounce it.
But there's a n in there.
There is.
There is.
There is. All right, next up, from your Tampa Bay Lightning, the former Conn Smythe Award winner, who is in net for the Bolts, Andrei is the first name. Last name is Vasilevskiy.
Andre Vasilevsky.
I'll accept it. That is pretty
All
darn
right.
good. Andre
That's pretty close.
Vasilevsky. Andre Vasilevsky is how you would pronounce that name. Are
Come
you
at
ready?
me, bro.
Are you ready for the next two?
Yes.
All right. One of the stars for your Colorado Avalanche. First name, Valeri. Last name, Nichushkin.
Valerie Nichushkin.
You are correct.
Wow. I am. Wow. I'm impressed.
Wow, I am.
If we would have bet that she was at 50%, I would not have. I would not have won.
Wow. I'm a little shocked, actually, given the pronunciation. So. All right, Bear.
Oh gosh. What's the last one gonna be?
He's going to make the last one really hard. He's like, I'm not having this.
Next one is a star for the Tampa Bay Lightning. First name, Nikita. Last name, Kucherov.
Oh, this one's a little harder.
All right. Can I give her a hint?
No. Yes, that's fine.
He actually pronounced this name earlier on the podcast.
I did.
Nikita Kershaw.
Oh, that was very close, but
So
that's
close,
wrong.
but no.
That was
Kucherov.
Kucherov.
It is Kucherov. Yes, everybody loves the Kucherov.
Do we want to go? We want to go one more.
Do we want to do one more?
Let's do one
Give me
more.
one more.
You think you got this, Bear?
Oh gosh.
This is for all the marbles.
Oh, Bear.
In my
Best 3
defense,
out of
I'm not
5.
really doing that bad.
No,
Way better than.
No,
Oh, Bear.
Oh dear.
we're just naming animals, or
Oh, what is this? There's a hyphen in there.
There is. All right. N-I-C. I almost did it. First name, N-I-C-O-L-A-S. Last name, A-U-B-E hyphen K-U-B-E-L.
Nicolas Abu Kabal.
No.
Abe Kubal.
No.
no.
Abe Kubel.
Oh, come on.
Obe Kubel.
Obey
That
Kubel.
wasn't
All right.
that far off.
All right, pull it down again. For everyone at home listening to this, Ryan just looked up the
I had to look that one up.
He had no idea. how to
Obe
spell-
Kubel. is the
All
last
right,
one.
that was good though. That,
That was
good.
awesome.
I
That
love
was your-
I love the sounder.
That was your Spelling Cup final presented to you by nobody. But if you'd like to sponsor it next time, you are more than welcome to.
By pronunciation.
If you're looking for our last spelling bee, it was episode 73. I had to go back
Oh,
to
nice.
I had to
Yes.
go back to find
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
where it was.
Bear, I'm actually very impressed. You did very
That
well.
was good.
on
That was good. That was probably better than I would have done on
That
some of
was
those.
Very good.
I would have gotten Kucherov for sure.
Yeah, I think you would have gotten Vasilevsky.
Yeah, Vasilevsky.
Some of
But
them were.
that,
Hey.
those are tough.
Those are good.
It's tough.
All right.
Let's go to the movie. Movies. Jurassic World Dominion. PG-13, 2022. 2 hours and 26 minutes. It's actually easier to talk down there than like the normal part of my voice.
You should do that for the rest of this movie review.
4 years after the destruction of Isla Nublar, dinosaurs now live and hunt alongside humans all over the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine once and for all whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on a planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures.
Nice.
That was good.
Thank
You made that movie sound really interesting.
you. All right, did everybody see this?
I did not.
You didn't see it?
I did
Okay. I want to know your thoughts, Rye, Haley, and then I'll get to how I felt about it.
I'll go first. I was looking forward to this movie, and I was very, very disappointed. And before you even try to out me,
You fell asleep.
in like the last 20 minutes, I did.
Did you miss
That was the best part, too.
I
You
know,
You missed the
but-
best, most like,
Okay.
action
So
filled
what?
part.
How many of us were there? It was
Like 8 of us.
yeah. It was like a huge group of people, and somebody like nudged me and points over, and I look to my left, and it's just like
Mouth breathing.
In my defense, I made it
T-Rex
through.
breathing.
I basically made it through the whole movie, but it was disappointing because it didn't really make it about dinosaurs throughout most of the movie. It was all about the girl. I know they tried to
And the
throw.
locusts, for the record.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
became a huge factor.
Another Chris Pratt movie with no plot. Weird.
I have
Oh,
nothing
God.
against Chris Pratt in
God.
this. He did not write this movie. The first movies were fantastic. I loved them. But I was very disappointed because this is supposed to be the wrap up. You even brought back the OGs, and it was just, I'm like, where's the movie about the dinosaurs? Because it's not. It's about the damn girl, and I guess it's about Blue, but they still make it more about the girl, and all the dinosaur action apparently was when I fell asleep. But it's a dinosaur movie, so the whole movie should be with dinosaurs. So I was very, 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 very disappointed. Thank you.
Ryan.
I was very, 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 very impressed with this movie. You all both told me prior to going to see this your thoughts on the movie. And I went in kind of like, let me see how this is. Not only did I feel like the callbacks were accurate, because there was a lot of callbacks
There was.
in certain scenes. For example, when the truck flips over, that was a callback.
Hanging from the tree.
Hanging from the tree was a call.
Yeah.
There were a lot of subtle callbacks in this to the originals, which I really, really liked. Not only did I think the acting was good, I thought Chris Pratt was really good in this movie. I thought there were a lot of really good action scenes. For example, the one on the scooter chase in the middle of the city with the two raptors.
Yes.
Like, I thought that was an excellent scene, going right onto the, basically flying the motorcycle onto the plane. There were some really good scenes in this. The action scenes were good. The drama was good. I thought it was too long. My whole thing would be, you could have cut this movie by 24 minutes, and I think you would have been totally fine. They pulled a little bit too much out of it in terms of lengthening this to advance the storyline. By the way, I fell asleep about 10 minutes in the beginning of this movie too. So it took a little bit to get to the action. But once you got there, holy moly, it was good. I was really impressed.
The
with this
action
movie.
was all at the end.
Okay.
It was scattered in between.
I'm somewhere in the middle, and I agree with you both. I think they tried so hard to get fan service in there with making sure Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt all had their moments together, and adding in new things that it made it too convoluted and too long. And I don't have a problem with long movies. Obviously I've sat here before and said I have no problem with 3-hour movies, 3.5-hour movies.
The Lord of the Rings extended ones are great.
They're great.
Those.
They're great.
Love those.
But this one, I agree with you, Rye and Haley. It felt like there was parts that were gratuitous that weren't even fan service. They were just there, and I did like it. I didn't love it.
I don't think it was as bad as some people have said, because a lot of our friends went to go see it and they were all crapping on it. I'm like, I get there's a nostalgia.
By the way,
to the series.
there's no Rotten Tomatoes rating.
30% on, according to Google, is what they said. 30%.
But
Oh,
yeah,
well,
you had to specifically Google. Normally, it's on when I Google the movie. It's mysteriously absent.
They're hiding it for some reason. I don't know why.
I
So
will
weird.
say, I did like, and I was having a discussion yesterday at brunch with one of our friends about this. Ramsey Cole, who's basically the character in the movie that works for the corporation, but kind of has the heel turn. I would have liked him to be more of a feature of like him taking over with this new land that's been established. I forget what the corporation's name is.
Wait, say that one more time.
Yeah. Ramsey Cole, who was the one who was basically a part of the organization and then helped all the doctors basically escape.
And then I thought you were saying he made like a heel turn.
No, well,
I was
he
like,
did
what?
a heel turn towards the company because if you remember at the end there was the confrontation with the big boss. But I liked his character.
Which is Campbell Scott.
Campbell Scott is who it was. Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more of him, and maybe towards the end kind of have him, be the guy who takes over the big bad company that's now a recess for
that
dinosaurs.
leads to another movie.
It does.
That's the problem.
It does. I actually, again, I enjoyed the movie. I thought that the character development was great. I thought Chris Pratt was really good in this. There were a lot of action scenes. I just thought it was too long. Really long. And I didn't really like the locusts as being such a key part of this movie.
Right.
That was like the overarching theme of the locusts would basically make humankind extinct when, by the way, there's a T-Rex coming for your face.
Yeah.
Like that would make you extinct, not locusts.
Locusts.
I mean,
Locusts.
in the Bible,
It's true.
yeah.
locusts,
Again,
locusts took out the world.
This is
But
called Jurassic World, and there was no Jurassic.
What are you talking about? There's a great fight scene at the end between the
And
T-Rex
the
and
end.
the...
She
that,
missed
though.
it.
But again, I don't want to wait the whole movie
What?
for.
That's what
Wait
I'm
a minute.
saying.
You have
She-
no
that's-
business. That was like one of the coolest scenes in this movie.
Congratulations. There was still a whole hour and a half before that had nothing.
Taking out the T-Rex, eye opens back up, and revenge. Teaming up with whatever the character was with the long nails. What was that dinosaur? That thing was creepy.
the
Feathers.
Velociraptor?
No, it wasn't. It was like a creepy thingy with nails. But anyway, working together, taking
Again,
it over.
I want that throughout the whole movie. Like the original Jurassic Parks were nothing but dinosaurs and fighting and all of that. And this one was all about a freaking child. I'm like, that's not what this is about. I get the whole concept behind her, but that's no.
Do you think that this is the last one, correct?
It's supposed to be.
Yes.
Do you think that they were trying to do too much? And that's why it feels sort of all over the place. Because, like, for example, like Endgame for Marvel is almost 3 hours, but they do an excellent job tying all up.
But again, that also goes back to the conversation of why it's so hard to do that properly. DC has tried innumerable times and failed to try and get a collective group of people
All have their own moments,
and
all-
then
yep.
get to, and they haven't been able to unlock that secret. So I thought this was a fitting way to wrap it all up. I just didn't love it. I liked it. It was good. I'm glad I went and watched it. I wouldn't watch it again.
Top Gun?
No.
You're going to make me go watch Top Gun.
It's
I
so
want to
good.
watch it. I really
would-
want to see
so
it.
good.
I refuse.
I don't go out on the ledge like this for movies
I
very
really want
often.
to go see it.
It's really good.
I'll refuse, just like I refused Space Jam 2.
That's fine. I mean, to be fair, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't.
To be fair,
I didn't watch the Rebel Wilson movie, so
Well, that's different.
I will go watch Top Gun Maverick.
No.
That's next week.
Let's go.
When are you going to have time to?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Let's go. Yes.
You haven't seen it yet. have
No,
you?
I'm excited.
All right. Well,
Everyone's
there you go.
talked it up.
It's
All right.
It's pretty good.
At the
and
very
I did not
least-
like the original.
At the very least, because I know there's so many people that do like the original, and people that want to hear about it because I've seen comments. Top Gun Maverick for next week. Yeah. So we'll do it.
Well, I can precurse you guys that I'm not going to see it.
That's all right.
That's fine.
All right. Let's go to the hot take. Hot take! All right. This one is a reverse of one of the ones we've done before. And I got really confused because when we were on the group chat, you guys sent this, and I'm like, we've already done that.
done
And
this.
you're like, no, the other way around. What kind of food?
Food category, if you will.
Yeah. Could you remove from your life and not miss it anymore? So, whether that be Italian, Indian,
Mexican.
Barbecue.
American, yeah, or even if you want to get more specific, it's like, what type of food could you remove from your life and never miss it again? This was yours, so I'm gonna let you take over.
So, it's because I had this conversation with my News Nation photographer as we were driving down the road. And I said, what food could you do without? Because he was pointing out some restaurants around town that I should go to. And specifically was pointing out barbecue restaurants.
Not here in the South.
And so
Ugh.
I started to think, well, what would be the one type of food category I could just kick to the curb and never miss? And for me, that would be barbecue. I've never enjoyed it. I've grown up in the city of Miami where barbecue really wasn't a part of my childhood growing up. It wasn't something that I craved. It wasn't, I just don't enjoy eating it. I don't enjoy the way I feel after eating it and what it does to my immune system and body.
Your immune system.
Yeah, it just diminishes my immune system.
False.
I could kick barbecue to the curb. I could say goodbye to it forever. I don't need the barbecue chicken. I don't need the baked beans. I don't need the pulled pork. Get it out of here forever. Goodbye, barbecue. See you later. Go enjoy the few minimal people that do enjoy eating you.
I would like to take a second. Just take a pause. Get
out.
a pin in this.
Yeah.
You are going to Kansas City in July for a Tampa Bay Rays Kansas City Royals.
They actually canceled that series. So
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I thought I had him.
Nope,
You almost
they
had
canceled
him.
that
I was
series.
gonna get you back.
I will go though.
Okay.
To Kansas City
Because-
to put this to the test.
because I feel as though, and this is my
I think you're way out base here. Like all of us are shaking our heads down at this end of the table,
despise it.
right?
Get it out. Get it out.
Like
It's
you
disgusting.
just-
It's greasy.
no, you
feel bloated.
Whoa.
just hold the phone. I just think you haven't had good barbecue, and rest assured, there's a lot of bad barbecue.
Dude,
There's a lot of bad barbecue.
have you seen my ribs?
I've had your ribs.
Your ribs are excellent.
I've had your ribs. I enjoyed your ribs. But if I had to give your ribs up for the rest of the...
Oh my God. There it is. I knew it was going to happen.
Bingo.
Thanks for saving me from that bear. Barbecue, see you later. Kick it to the curb.
Dang.
I'm out. I'm out on barbecue.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm gonna change
I've
your
never
mind.
had good barbecue. I've never eaten it and been like, I'm satisfied. I've always eaten it and been like, I gotta poop.
I mean, that's part of it, but
So you can eat a whole greasy pizza and not feel bloated.
Give me a whole greasy pie. I love it. But barbecue
Okay.
always just
All
turns
right,
my
all right,
stomach.
all right. So we're going.
Get out.
And by the way, so exactly how are we framing this? Because it sounds like it's just going to be specific types of
Yeah.
food, not regions.
Correct.
Which-
Specific types of food.
So I've now misunderstood you twice.
Yeah, specific types of food.
Okay.
it could be a region.
Like a collective type
Yeah.
of food.
Correct. That's fine.
Josh?
Well,
Fire Josh up on that one.
I just think you just don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll teach you. It's okay.
Okay.
This one's real personal for me. She's a lovely person, my ex, who was a vegan.
Go for it.
Oh.
And I suffered through so many bland, tasteless bowls of garbage There's not a vegan restaurant in Nashville that I have not ate at. There's not a vegan restaurant in the greater United States that I don't know about and or have had. Looking at you, Cafe Gratitude, looking at you, any of these places. And while there are on occasion a handful of things that are okay, I would eradicate vegan food from the world, and we'd all be better for it. Wow. Thank you.
A lot of those people that are eating vegan to be healthy, and you're just completely pooping on.
I mean, good news. There's vegan barbecue.
Vegan.
There's vegan barbecue, guys.
Oh, I know. There's one in Kansas City. They use jackfruit. They barbecue jackfruit.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
they
know.
say it tastes just like pulled pork.
It doesn't. I'm going to
does
tell
not.
you, spoiler alert right now, it does not. And you know what? Most of the comps, it's mushroom chicken tenders and it tastes just like chicken. No, it does not.
There's a really good vegan restaurant in East Nashville that I go to, even though I'm not vegan.
Gray's, Wild Cow, which one?
Wild Cow.
Oh, weird. How do I
There
know
it
that?
is.
It's
How
still
would you know?
It
garbage.
tastes good. They have good
Yeah.
spinach and artichoke dip.
With vegan cheese. Good. Now, I will say, Avo, over off of Charlotte, they have a vegan cheesecake that is actually quite delicious. But that is the outlier. Most of the vegan food is garbage.
Vegan cheesecake.
All right. What's yours?
Okay.
So now I'm kind of like, what do I say? Do I give up a specific food or
Yes.
like?
I would go specific food,
Oh balls.
which is my thing, because I'm also left kind of going,
You got to give one up. You can live with it you can live without it for the rest of your life.
I guess I'm gonna go with something that I very rarely get. It's good, but I very rarely get it. Indian food.
That would be my other choice. I hate Indian food.
Okay.
There's a Sitar Cafe right near me. Oh, that place is
No.
It's just the smell for me.
biryani.
No.
I don't like anything that smells the same coming back out.
Oh, stop it.
So much
Look.
poop lately.
Hey, you guys have obviously never had it outside of this country.
Correct.
Indian food is fantastic.
I actually had it in Europe. I had it in London, and it was really good in London.
Benares?
Yes.
And I'm
Benares
not
is fire.
And I'm not saying it's bad,
Yes.
but
Yes.
if I had to go the rest of my life without eating Indian food, I'd be okay.
The only curry I like is on the basketball court.
Oh, God.
All right. I got
You like
mine.
that one?
That was actually really good.
I got mine. One of the most miserable experiences of my life. I still don't know what it was. I was in another country. I got real brave. I pointed at the menu. South Korean truck stop food.
Oh.
So you can go without Korean food.
No, specifically, but since we're going, we can get specific. South Korean truck stop food.
Ooh.
I've never felt that bad in my entire life.
Do you remember what it was that you ate?
I don't know what it was. I didn't know.
You
I
just
was
pointed.
just being brave because I'm like, I've eaten things all over the world at this point. Who cares? Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. There's other people eating it. That was a horrible decision, and I immediately regretted it, and I regretted it for about a day and a half.
Did it at least taste good at the time?
No.
There was nothing about it that
There
was
was
enjoyable.
nothing redeeming about that experience. And I wish I could be more specific to anyone that, especially like any military people out there that have been, based around Seoul or have been to South Korea. They have fantastic food. But whatever I got from that truck stop, no, just no.
Never again.
I would like to inform you that the failure rate of food trucks in South Korea has increased over the last couple of years. So.
Well, I'm still here.
Would you say it was a failure pile and a sadness
It
bowl?
was a failure pile and a sadness bowl. All right, guys. As always, thank you for listening to The Quad with Chris Young. From me, Haley, Josh, and Ryan, we love you guys so very much. Thank you for an absolutely incredible week. I hope everybody had fun if you came to CMA Fest. And we'll be back next week with more Quad.